Silence, all stand. All persons having any business before this honourable court now draw nigh and give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Thank you, Court Officer. Admission of lawyers. Sophie Florence Naomi Alder.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Sophie Florence Naomi Alder be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sophie Florence Naomi Alder be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Christine Artinian.
May it please the court, I move that Christine Artinian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christine Artinian be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Madison Grace Atherton.
May it please the court, I move that Madison Grace Atherton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madison Grace Atherton be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Kaylee Ann Batiste.
May it please the court, I move that Kaylee Ann Batiste be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kaylee Ann Batiste be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Amelia Caliscan.
May it please the court, I move that Amelia Caliscan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Amelia Caliscan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dade Shaker.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Dade Shaker, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dade Shaker be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Erin Nicole Clark.
May it please the court, I move that Erin Nicole Clark be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Erin Nicole Clark be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xiangyun Dai.
May it please the court, I move that Shangyun Dai be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shangyun Dai be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lawrence Danoon.
May it please the court, I move that Lawrence Danoon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lawrence Danoon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Subhadra Dayaram.
May it please the court, I move that Subhadra Dayaram be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Subhadra Dayaram be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Nicola Dijon.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Chloe Nicola Dijon, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Nicola Dijon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
DeAndre Matthew Espero.
May it please the court, I move that DeAndre Matthew Espejo be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let DeAndre Matthew Espejo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rayan Binti Farouk.
May it please the court, I move that Rayan Binti Farouk be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rayan Binti Farouk be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Kate Frizzell.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Georgia Kate Frizzell be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Georgia Kate Frizzell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Feifei Gu.
May it please the court, I move that Feifei Gu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Feifei Gu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jeremy Jae-hyuk Han.
May it please the court, I move that Jeremy Taeyok Han be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jeremy Jae-hyuk Han be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sheng Yang Ho.
May it please the court, I move that Sheng Yang Ho be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sheng Yang Ho be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nathan Peter Houlihan.
May it please the court, I move that Nathan Peter Houlihan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nathan Peter Houlihan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Josie Alexandra Jakovac.
May it please the court, I move that Josie Alexandra Jakovac be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Josie Alexandra Jakovac be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adrian Joseph.
I please the court. I move that Adrian Joseph be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adrian Joseph be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mindy Khan.
May it please the court, I move that Mindy Can be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mindy Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashley Marie Keithley.
May it please the court, I move that Ashley Marie Keithley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ashley Marie Keithley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mohammed Kotesh.
May it please the court, I move that Mohammed Katesh be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mohammed Katesh be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nadia Latif.
May it please the court, I move that Nadia Latif be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nadia Latif be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Manhon John Lowe.
May it please the court, I move that Manhon John Lowe be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Manhon John Lowe be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emily Hoi Yu Lun.
May it please the court, I move that Emily Hoi Yu Lun be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emily Hoi Yu Lun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chantel Muddy.
May it please the court, I move that Chantal Mardi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chantal Mardi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Ann Mandalinic.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Ann Mandalinic be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Ann Mandalinic be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Halia Marshall.
May it please the court, I move that Halia Marshall be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Halia Marshall be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fawa Fatima Noorani.
May it please the court, I move that Fawa Fatima Noorani be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Fawa Fatima Harani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annalise Jasmine Pexoto.
May it please the court, I move that Annalise Jasmine Pexoto be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Annalise Jasmine Pixotto be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eden Plummer.
May it please the court, I move that Eden Plummer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Eden Plummer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexandra J. Richardson.
May it please the court, I move that Alexandra J. Richardson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexandra J. Richardson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kate Clark Ridley.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Kate Clark Ridley, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kate Clark Ridley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anna Rose Robinson.
May it please the court, I move that Anna Rose Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anna Rose Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Henry Lothar Schmidt-Lehrman.
May it please the court, I move that my son, Henry Lothar Schmidt-Lehrman, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Henry Lothar Schmidt-Lehrman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tia Saman.
May it please the court, I move that Tia Saman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tia Saman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bonita Cynthia Silva.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Benita Cynthia Silva, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bonita Cynthia Silva be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hannah Margaret Skellerup Wakefield.
May it please the court, I move that Hannah Margaret Skeller of Wakefield be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hannah Margaret Skellerup Wakefield be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Carly Jane Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Carly Jane Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Carly Jane Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Theodore Totsis.
May it please the court, I move that Theodore Totsis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Theodore Totsis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vineet Kaur Virk.
May it please the court, I move that Vineet Kaur Virk be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vineet Kaur Virk be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tanya Marie Volkanovsky.
Do you move?
May it please the court, I move that Tanya Marie Volkanovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tanya Marie Volkanovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yanjun Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Yan Yung Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yan Yung Wan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liam Robert Webb.
May it please the court, I move that Liam Robert Webb be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liam Robert Webb be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Muhammad Omar Zobair.
May it please the court, I move that Muhammad Omar Zubair be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Muhammad Omar Zubair be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admissions have just been moved to swear an oath or to make an affirmation. Would all newly admitted lawyers please stand as directed by the officiating officer?
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? Sophie Florence Naomi Alder, Christine Artilian, Madison Grace Atherton, Kaylee Ann Batiste, Amelia Calliscan, Dade Shaker, Erin Nicole Clark, Xiangyun Dai, Lawrence Danoon, Subhadra Dayaram, Chloe Nicola Dejean, DeAndre Matthew Espejo, Rayanne Binti Farouk, Georgia Kate Frizzell, Fei Fei Gu, and Jeremy J. Hook Hahn. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Sheng Yang Ho, Nathan Peter Houlihan, Josie Alexandra Jakovac, Adrian Joseph, Mindy Khan, Ashley Marie Keatley, Mohammed Katesh, Nadia Latif, Manhon John Lowe, Emily Hoi Yu Lun, Chantel Mardi, Olivia Ann Mandalinic, Halia Marshall, Fawa Fatima Nurani, Annalise Jasmine Pexoto, Eden Plummer, Alexandra J. Richardson. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Please say, "So help me God," or "I do."
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the 2 rows to my left please stand? Kate Clark Ridley, Anna Rose Robinson, Henry Lothar Schmidt-Lehman, Tia Saman, Bonita Cynthia Silva, Hannah Margaret Skellerup Wakefield, Carly Jane Smith, Theodore Totsis, Vanit Kaur Verk, Tanya Marie Volkanovsky, Yanjun Wong, Liam Robert Webb, and Muhammad Omar Zobair. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Now that the formal part of the proceedings is complete, I would like, on behalf of the Chief Justice and all of the judges of the court, warmly to welcome each of you and your family and friends to the Supreme Court of New South Wales. I am Justice Ward. I'm the President of the Court of Appeal and at present the Acting Chief Justice, and I have the honour to represent the Chief Justice at today's very special ceremony for each of our newly admitted lawyers. Present with me on the bench today to my immediate right is Justice Mitchell Moore, who is a Judge of the Court of Appeal, and to my far right, Justice Peden, who is a Judge of the Equity Division, and on my left is Justice Wilson, who is a Judge in the Common Law Division. So you have represented before you each of the divisions of the court on the bench today, and uniquely a bench of 4 female judges. I'm also pleased to be able to welcome today, sitting to the left on the bench, Judge Smith from the District Court of New South Wales. We 4 female judges together constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice. First, as we gather here today, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I recognise the long-standing and enduring customs and traditions of Australia's First Nation principles and their deep connection with country. I welcome any of our First Nations peoples here today or watching the ceremony online. To all of the newly admitted lawyers, it is a great pleasure to welcome you to the legal profession of this state and to be able to do so in person, which over the last 2 or 3 years has not always been possible. Although it's now some 40 years since I was admitted as a solicitor in this very same courtroom, I well recall the solemnity of the occasion and the excitement and pride of my parents, neither of whom had anything to do with the law, who were here to witness the ceremony. Little did I imagine that one day I would be presiding over such a ceremony myself. Today, as you don't need me to tell you, is a day for celebration. You will all have worked extremely hard to reach today's milestone, perhaps through caffeine-fueled nights, reading no doubt obscure problem questions, and far more cases than you can hope ever to remember. You are entitled to be very proud of your achievements, and your family and friends are entitled to be very proud of you. No doubt many of them will feel that they would almost be equally qualified to be being admitted here today, having shared the knowledge of law that you have gained over the years, and no doubt having been on the receiving end of your finely honed skills of advocacy and persuasion. They may well feel that they know more about snails in ginger beer bottles and the cannibalisation of shipwrecked cabin boys than it was ever necessary for them to know. Depending on how good an advocate you have become, you might even be able to convince them to host a celebratory lunch or dinner following the ceremony. In being admitted as a lawyer today, you have joined a centuries-old profession with ancient origins. The custom of advocates swearing an admissions oath dates back to the 12th century. The Supreme Court of New South Wales was established a bit later than that, in 1823, and first admitted lawyers to practice in 1824, making New South Wales one of only a handful of jurisdictions with a continuously operating court as old as this, and as you will have appreciated, meaning that we are nearing the year of our bicentenary celebrations. By 1830, the names of lawyers were entered onto the rolls in this state, as yours will be after this ceremony. You have now thus become part of this tradition almost 200 years later. Perhaps for some of you, and more likely for your family and friends, that's how long it feels like you have been studying to get here. At the heart of the tradition, and I cannot overemphasise this, is the direct relationship between the court and lawyers as officers of the court. The oath or affirmation that you have made today, witnessed by your family and peers, is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. You must always remember that admission as a member of the legal profession is a privilege, not a right. Importantly, today you assume ethical obligations over and above those demanded of you as a member of the community. The legal profession is dedicated to upholding the rule of law, one of the most important pillars of a peaceful and democratic society. So the standards expected of our legal professionals are correspondingly high. As lawyers, in whatever area you practice or whether you practice at all, you should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice. You will certainly owe onerous duties to your clients, but you must remember that your paramount duty is to the court. Among the obligations that you acquire to the court are a duty of full disclosure of the relevant law, a duty of candour not to mislead the court or knowingly to permit your client to do so, a duty to refuse to permit the commencement or continuation of baseless proceedings, a duty to exercise care before making allegations of misconduct against another person, a duty not to assist any form of improper conduct, and a duty to conduct cases before the court efficiently and expeditiously. Your duty to the court requires you to comply faithfully with your ethical obligations, no matter what pressures may be placed upon you, and no matter that they may conflict at times with your client's wishes or desires. It is in acknowledgement of this weighty responsibility that we observe today's unique formalities. Of course, an occasion such as this masks not only the achievements that you have made in the course of your studies, but also the prospect of those to which you aspire in the future. Each of you will have taken a different, although no doubt in many cases similar, path to join the legal profession. You come from different homes, different backgrounds, different cultures. You bring to the practice of law different experiences and different perspectives. You will no doubt have different expectations and aspirations for your career. The legal profession and the administration of justice are both enriched by that diversity. This makes it important that we strive for diversity in all aspects of the legal profession, including on the bench. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates and judges will ensure that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community. One aspect of this diversity is reflected by the increasing number of women admitted to practice. Though women were originally not permitted to practice law at all, since 2018, women have made up more than half of all solicitors with a practicing certificate in New South Wales, and currently 64% of solicitors under the age of 30. Women occupy many of the most senior positions in the law, including, of course, the Chief Justice of Australia and the Chief Justices of the Supreme Courts of Victoria, Queensland and the Australian Capital Territory. But there needs also to be cultural and ethnic diversity. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and those from diverse cultural backgrounds continue to be underrepresented in the legal profession, and particularly within the judiciary and the ranks of senior counsel. As many notable judges before me have observed, it is important to the maintenance of the rule of law that the constitution of the court reflect the community which we serve. It is your great privilege as a lawyer not only to inherit a body of knowledge that has developed over hundreds of years, but also to have the chance to contribute to its ongoing evolution. The legal profession is one that demands a constant commitment to learning. You may well have thought this was an end to your studies, but if so, it is my unpalatable duty to inform you that you are wrong. The law is complicated and constantly developing. Were it otherwise, there would not be the same scope for academic discourse about the law that there presently is, and we as judges would not so regularly have our misunderstandings of the law pointed out to us by the advocates who appear before us. Rest assured, for those of you who suffer from a bibliophobia, which is a fear of running out of reading material, as lawyers, that fear will never materialise. On other similar occasions in the past, the former Chief Justice has acknowledged that it will never be possible for you to learn everything that there is to know about the law, but that does not absolve you from the duty of keeping on top of the developments of the law, particularly so that you can enlighten members of the judiciary as to those developments or as to why their long-held understanding of the law might need to be modified. The duties that I referred to earlier are the minimum, not the total of your professional obligations. You have a duty to serve the community by protecting and promoting the basic tenets of our legal system: justice, equality, due process, and the rule of law. This means that at times you may have to defend unpopular clients and causes, and to do so to the best of your ability. You must be willing to protect the rights of minorities and to speak out against abuses of power. You will have the opportunity and the concurrent obligation to play a trusted role in some of the most important and difficult events in the lives of others. You have, so to speak, now entered into the real legal world. In one annual speech to the Law Society, the former Chief Justice likened lawyers to plumbers, a necessary evil and often expensive and difficult to get hold of. I apologise to any plumbers in the courtroom today. But you will now encounter the reality of that legal world, of eggshell skulls and peppercorn rents. You may even meet the mysterious reasonable person. And you will have to apply the Constitution with the understanding that it consists of so much more than the vibe of the thing. You will be called upon as an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, an advocate for the marginalised. And as you go about your day-to-day work, you should remember that you are not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but law as it applies to people's lives. You must strive to deliver legal services competently and fearlessly, with courtesy and integrity. The way you communicate information to others will have profound consequences for the access to justice. One of your roles as a lawyer will make the law, which is often incomprehensible to non-lawyers, accessible to others, sometimes by deciphering legal complexities, others times by deciphering poor legal drafting, sometimes both. I should note that although we mark this occasion with formality and tradition, not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The global pandemic has meant a rapid shift to increased use of virtual courtroom setups and technology to ensure that access to justice continued. For those of us who are Luddites, this posed technological and other issues. Occasionally, a lawyer might even have become stuck behind a Zoom kitten filter. There have been more significant difficulties to grapple with in terms of open justice, effective communication, and fairness to all participants. As the newest members of the profession, you are at the forefront of innovation in the law, and you have a unique opportunity to see through changes so that justice is done openly and equitably. Notwithstanding that you are a diverse group, you now share common membership of the legal profession. By its nature, law is not a solitary occupation, but it can be isolating and it can be highly stressful. Clients, unsurprisingly, are often demanding. Work may not progress the way you might have hoped it would. You may, and surely this will be rare, encounter difficulty persuading a judge of the wisdom of your arguments or the merits of your client's case. In those times, the support of your peers will be invaluable, and you should remember to make use of that support. And in that context, I propose now to call upon some representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and Law Society to say a few words. Ms. Aguinaldo, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Monica Aguinaldo, and I commenced practice at the New South Wales Bar this year, and I practice predominantly in commercial law and equity. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister. I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job and that it allows me to give expert advice and represent people in court and allows me to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the New South Wales Bar Association's committees. The New South Wales Bar Association is a professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a New Barristers Committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers, like me, and a Diversity and Equality Committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the Bar Association to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and to use your skills to assist the community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this Honourable Court. May it please the Court.
Thank you, Ms. Aguinaldo. Mr. Musri, on behalf of the Law Society, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Bernie Musri, and not so long ago I was where you are today. And what a tremendous day it is for you all. You're here, being admitted to the Supreme Court role at the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. And you should all feel immensely proud of everything you've achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. There were, and I dare say likely remain, many uncertain challenges to overcome. But as I stand here today, after just a few years of working as a solicitor, I can tell you that I've already learned a thing or two. One of the most important things that I've learned is the significance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you all now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We're bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, our drive to give back to our communities, and to uphold the rule of law, a duty which now also rests with each of you. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I've been a part of the Law Society of New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for 5 years. And here, amongst opportunities to advocate and join committees, I found genuine friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it the most. By joining the Law Society of New South Wales Young Lawyers, you'll gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer, and we look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. May I please?
Thank you, Mr. Musri. In closing, can I say that in my experience, the law is a wonderful profession. It was submitted to the Court of Appeal recently that everyone involved in the law must at some time have said words to the effect, I don't want to be in the law anymore, I want to be a film producer. Well, I can assure you that in my case, that is not so. I have found the law to be stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and the profession to be populated by intellectual, committed, and dynamic people. You should all be proud to be lawyers, and you should strive to perform your obligations so that you can always remain proud to be a lawyer. On behalf of all of the judges of the Supreme Court and particularly those on the bench with me today, I offer my sincere congratulations to each of you on your admission and welcome to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.